going on, everyone? It's Alex going on back again with another Premier League catch-up show. The Premier League catch-up show is back on the channel once again from 3 weeks of international rubbish, and the Premier League is back. Only 8 more games to go till the season ends. I can't believe that it's gone so quick this season. But boy, I think we already know who's won the Premier League title this season. But who will gain top 4? Who will get Europa League spot? And who will be relegated from this season? But those are the questions on my mind right now. And I have to say that the possible top 4 positions are Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur. The reason why I say that is because Chelsea, who lost to Spurs 3-1 at Stamford Bridge, I think that clears up. That top 4 is gone for Chelsea. They have to just fight for Europa League spot and that's it, because they are not catching up with Tottenham Hotspur. And Tottenham Hotspur, who have not beaten Chelsea at Stamford Bridge for nearly 28 years. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Spurs fans are possibly going over the moon with that result because they haven't won at Stamford Bridge for 28 years. And it's possibly their first Premier League win at Stamford Bridge. It's possibly the best victory that they've had all season. Absolutely, what a result for Tottenham Hotspur. However, for Chelsea though, boy, that is so bad for Chelsea, because I actually thought they played well in the first half. Morata getting the first goal from the first 30 minutes of the game, and then Christian Eriksen with a fantastic, phenomenal goal into the back of the net, giving Tottenham Hotspur a chance to redeem themselves in the second half. And Dele Alli, although he has been criticised in the past for his diving, however, you can't criticise him here because he was absolutely dominant throughout this game. He dominated Chelsea, and boy, Christian Eriksen and Heung-min Son and Lamela, all those other players helping Dele Alli out, and boy, he got 2 goals in the second half. I think one was in the 60th minute and then the other one was just 5 minutes later. But boy, Dele Alli was on a roll and he was absolutely loving the celebrations with the Spurs fans. But boy, this is a result that can really change Spurs' season, but also it could really hurt Chelsea, and it has, because they will just have to secure one for a Europa League spot. However, I think Tottenham Hotspur, I think they've already secured their place for Champions League football next season, because right now Spurs are on 64 points and Chelsea, they're on 56 points. So I can't really see Chelsea getting the 4th spot back. I can't see that happening. However, there may be a point where Liverpool may go up into 2nd and Man United may go down into 3rd. However, if Manchester United can keep on with their 2nd spot, I will be overall happy. But I think Spurs fans should be happy with that result, because 28 years since their last victory at Stamford Bridge, and boy, Dele Alli, unlikely of heroes, secured the win for Tottenham Hotspur. Now let's move on to the next game, which was Stoke and Arsenal. Now, Arsenal and Stoke, this match played last time. Stoke won against Arsenal at the Britannia Stadium. But this time, Stoke lost to Arsenal 3-0. And I have to say that the first half for Arsenal was absolutely poor. And the second half, although it was better from Arsenal, I have to say that this was one of the most boring games I've ever seen from this weekend. This was possibly the boring game of the season. But although Arsenal got the points, they did get the 3 points. Aubameyang got 2 goals, and Lacazette also got 1, which I actually thought that Aubameyang was going to get his hat-trick, but instead he actually gave it to Lacazette, which I thought was clearly unselfish of him, because it means that Aubameyang is not just doing all of this work for himself, he's actually doing it for the team, putting the team first and giving Lacazette that penalty opportunity to score his penalty and to give him a little bit of a confidence boost. And that's what I really like about Aubameyang. He's not just that one star player who puts himself before any other Arsenal players, but boy, he actually shows a lot of respect for the team, putting the team first where it means to him. Because although he's a great goal scorer, and although when he gets his hat-trick he gets that chance, but I think in this match, I think he really gave Lacazette that kind of a chance of a confidence boost, and I really like that from Aubameyang. However, Stoke, they're not doing too good. They are absolutely diabolical this season. They are not the Stoke that were last season that came up with the odds of like beating Arsenal and all that. But no, Stoke, they have been absolutely poor this season. They've been absolutely boring to bits. And Paul Lambert, what a manager. I mean, to be fair, when he came in January, I mean, although it was a Stoke replacement, however, all of the results since Lambert came in, looking at all of the results, Stoke are absolutely dreadful. And the same thing goes with Southampton, who lost 3-0 against West Ham. West Ham, they needed a win against the likes of Southampton, because if they didn't win against Southampton, then I would imagine there'll be more protests on the pitch and a lot more arguments and a lot more hostile invasions in the London Stadium. But no, West Ham won 3-0, and thank goodness there were no protests whatsoever. As long as West Ham win all of the games from now, then there won't be any more protests from West Ham. However, I think next season they'll have to really improve on next season, because they'll have to possibly change the board and get rid of the board if they really want to keep up with this kind of positivity. I think they kind of live on this negativity that they want the board gone out of the way with. But I think if they just continue this positivity, then all things will be okay. But again, I think West Ham were absolutely sensational in the first half. They completely dominated the game in the first half. And when it came to the second half, it kind of died down a bit. But to be fair, the damage was already done in the first half. And so, yeah, Southampton, they are in desperate need of a win. They haven't won since West Brom back in, I think it was January or February. I can't really remember. But boy, it's been so long since Southampton got a victory, but they really need to get a victory sooner or later, because otherwise I think it's going to be the likes of Stoke or Southampton, Crystal Palace, Huddersfield or Swansea who could be relegated this season. But I think we've already confirmed who's definitely going to be relegated this season, and that is West Brom, who have suffered another defeat to Burnley, losing to Burnley 2-1. And also from confirmation from West Brom today, West Brom have sacked Alan Pardew, and I thought it was about time that they were going to do that, but they kept giving Alan Pardew so many chances, chance after chance after chance, and now he's gone. Alan Pardew has left West Brom, and there's going to be a head coach that's going to be replacing Alan Pardew as manager for the remainder of the season, but the damage has already been done and there's no way back for West Brom. If they come back from this miraculous, dreadful season, then it would be the best comeback survival of all time in the Premier League. However, the damage has already been done. Only a few more games until West Brom are confirmed to be relegated, and they're going to be playing Championship football with either Southampton, Stoke, or possibly Huddersfield or Swansea, who knows. But I think the likes teams like Swansea and Huddersfield, those are the teams that need to get goals if they really want to stay up this season. The likes of Huddersfield, who lost to Newcastle United. I mean, Newcastle, they needed to get that victory against Huddersfield in order for them to stay up and really have their season on a good working track, because I know Newcastle, they've been planning to get Mike Ashley out of the club, but that takeover hasn't happened yet. But when it comes to next season, I think they need to bring in more quality players, and I think they need to get Mike Ashley out of the club, and hopefully somebody can buy the club and really invest in more money for Newcastle United, because I really want Newcastle United to not only be a much dominant force next season, but maybe challenge for Europa League spots. So that could be a really good opportunity for Newcastle United. But again, I think Huddersfield, they need goals in order for them to stay up, because if they don't score them, then I think it's going to be a likely goodbye from Huddersfield Town. Because the thing is, either which team now can score goals, but I think it's important for them to get goals in order for them to secure places within next season, because it's just a big massive relegation battle this season, because the top four is already done, the champions is already done, it's just the relegation battles just going on. And I think I always like the relegation battle, so it's always the most intense, but also it really makes you a bit a bit nervous of who's going to get relegated and who's not. It's going to be such an amazing couple of more weeks until the end of the season, and then we finally confirm who's relegated and who's not going to be relegated. So it's going to be very, very interesting for the next few weeks. Also, another great victory for Leicester. I mean, Leicester, they are on a really good form this season. Although start of the season they were leaning towards the end of the table, but no, they have been a dominant force this season, Leicester, and they picked up a 2-0 victory against Brighton. Brighton, they could have took the victory against Leicester with a Glenn Murray penalty, which unfortunately he missed from a Kasper Schmeichel save, and I think Kasper Schmeichel was absolutely fantastic in that match. Indeed, he got sent off from a second yellow card, but then Ibora and Jamie Vardy got the 2 goals to secure Leicester that victory. Also, thought Watford and Bournemouth got some really... That game was actually really, really good, actually. I must say that Watford and Bournemouth, that game was so entertaining to watch. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was just a fantastic game to watch. Possibly one of the most intense games, because they were likely 2 sides that were going to survive this season. But Watford took the lead with the first goal. Can't remember who scored it. Then Joshua King got a penalty and scored it for Bournemouth, leading the score at 1-1 at half time. Then Watford scored one, and then it was looking more like Watford was going to win the entire game. But then Jermaine Defoe picked up the pieces within the last 2 minutes of the game and scored a really important equalising goal for Bournemouth. And I think Jermaine Defoe has scored the most 90 winners in the Premier League. And for him, of a quality player like Jermaine Defoe, he's so calm and composed that he's likely going to get those types of victories for those types of teams like Bournemouth. And I think Bournemouth, they are likely to survive this season. They are doing so well. I mean, the likes of Bournemouth, who beat Arsenal, they beat Chelsea. Are they going to survive the season? Definitely. And I feel that if Bournemouth can really challenge this season, this is a real improvement from last season, then they could possibly even finish in a Europa League spot like Burnley and Leicester. I mean, those are the type of teams who are more likely going to face more of a Europa League chance of getting into Europe. I mean, that's what all they wanted to really achieve. I mean, for Leicester to get back to Europe, Burnley haven't even been into Europe as well, so it'd be a really good chance if Bournemouth could do that as well. But boy, it's been a really fantastic weekend this season. And let's move on to Manchester United and Swansea. Now, this game I thought was a really good game. It was nice, a calm, cool victory for Manchester United to pick up the 2 goals against Swansea. Although the second half really dragged for me because I just absolutely fell asleep during the second half. But the first half was absolutely amazing. Romelu Lukaku getting his 100th Premier League goal of all time, and now he joins the 100 club of the Premier League. And Sanchez got his second goal of Manchester United, because I think that his first goal was against Huddersfield, and that was a penalty, which I thought that came off the rebound. It wasn't really a Sanchez goal in my opinion, but this was a great goal that can really relieve a lot of pressure from Alexis Sanchez, because he's been wanting a goal for ages. But at least it gives him that kind of confidence boost to really go at teams and really punish teams with his quality. But again, I think Sanchez really deserved it in the end. And I think Manchester United are really dominant this season. And if we can finish off in second place, I will be happy for the remainder of the season. But I think next season we have to really challenge with Man City. We have to be in the top form with Manchester City if we are going to challenge for the title next season. And speaking of Manchester City, they picked up a 3-1 victory against Everton. Although Everton got a consolation goal towards the end, but Manchester City just dominated the game from the first half and just absolutely dominated the entire game. I mean, with Manchester City 1 victory away from winning the Premier League title, they could win the Premier League title at the derby, because the derby is next weekend. I cannot wait for the derby. I know Liverpool, they've got Everton, and honestly, it's going to be such an amazing day. I mean, I haven't even done a Premier League catch-up show of Derby Day. Although I have done Manchester United and Liverpool, but I haven't done a Derby Day of the Premier League catch-up show. It's going to be an amazing weekend next week. But boy, if Manchester United can really go at Manchester City, I just say, alright, the title's gone for this season. But if we can actually put a fight to Manchester City, then it proves something to Manchester City that we are more than just a second place spot. We are more of a title challenge for Manchester City, because if we beat them on the day, then it means that they have to wait until the next victory that they win. But I would love if Manchester United can put a real good fight to Manchester City, a really good challenge for them, because it means that then Manchester City can actually worry about Manchester United, because we could actually really do some damage. I don't care, although we've lost the title right this season, just don't care about the title this season. Just focus on just beating Manchester City, just go at them and just really punish them for what they have done to us this season. We could have won the title, but without Manchester City just beating us at the derby, we could have just won the Premier League title. We could have been at them, really. We needed to win the derby at Old Trafford, but we didn't. But boy, it would really send a message to Manchester City that we are title challengers and we will absolutely nail you next season. But who knows, it could really happen for us next season, or it may happen for them next season, but who knows really. I think that has done me for this week's games. I think that's pretty much it really. Yeah, I've mentioned, oh yeah, I forgot, I've mentioned about one more game. Liverpool and Crystal Palace, that's the last game that I need to talk about. And I have to say that Crystal Palace got into the lead with a Lucas Milivojevic penalty, if I can pronounce his name right. Boy, he has such a confusing name that I cannot pronounce all the time. But then Sadio Mane got a goal, but then honestly, I don't know why Sadio Mane was still on the pitch when he scored that goal, because when Sadio Mane, he dived in the box, which was absolutely a stupid dive from Sadio Mane, got booked for a yellow card, and then automatically he thought he would got fouled by Andros Townsend, and then automatically picked up the ball, and then the ref called for a handball foul, and Mane should have been sent off. I mean, when Mane goes down and picks up the ball, the Palace players and the fans are erupting so loudly that, you know, Mane should be sent off straight away, because he handled the ball when the ref blew his whistle. It's a defo yellow card, and since he already got one earlier, he should have been sent off. How the ref has not sent Sadio Mane off, I have no idea, but I think the ref kind of gave him a second chance. But then when you give players second chances, they can redeem themselves in ways like Sadio Mane can get an equalising goal for Liverpool, and then Mohamed Salah can pick up the pieces and score an winning goal for Liverpool within the final 10 minutes of the game. Great one, ref. You've really done something for Crystal Palace now. I mean, Crystal Palace, it could have been a different game if Sadio Mane got sent off. Then it would have been an all-out even game between Liverpool and Crystal Palace, but no. Everything has to go Liverpool's way, because they have to get second place. Although they won't beat us, if we can beat Manchester City, and if they lose against Everton, then it all goes to plan. Again, I'm dreaming, but I'm thinking about the reality. It could happen, but it may not. But anyway, guys, that's all for this week. Thank you so much for watching for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please smash the like button for me, and remember to please subscribe to this channel for more amazing videos. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all next time for the derby next week. It's going to be absolutely superb next week. I hope you're looking forward to Manchester City, Manchester United, Everton versus Liverpool next week. It's going to be a hell of a week, and I hope you're ready for it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all next time.